Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn your post notifications so you don't miss any of our new videos. And now let's get right into it. Ashton Baylor was head over heels in love with her mysterious and handsome longtime boyfriend, Benjamin Bradford. Until a night on the town with the girls turned into her catching the love of her life with his tongue down a stranger's throat. Her broken heart leads her on a jealous, rage-filled mission. As she chooses to lose her innocence to Benjamin's father out of spite, Ashton quickly finds herself in a precarious situation when she finds out his father is the very dangerous Arden Pike, her boss. Ashton stared in disbelief as she watched Benjamin, her longtime boyfriend, passionately kissing a stranger at the crowded club. The music thudded in her ears, but all she could hear was the sound of her heart shattering into a million pieces. How could he betray her like this? Her mind raced with anger, hurt, and confusion. She decided to confront him then and there, pushed through the crowd, and grabbed Benjamin's arm, pulling him away from the woman he was embracing. "Benjamin, how could you?" Ashton's voice trembled with a mixture of pain and rage. Her eyes searched his, hoping for some glimmer of explanation or remorse. Benjamin's face paled as he was caught off guard. He stammered, trying to gather his thoughts, but the guilt was written all over his face. Ashton, it's not what you think," he muttered, avoiding her gaze. "Not what I think. Are you trying to tell me I didn't just witness you cheating on me?" Ashton's voice grew louder, attracting the attention of curious onlookers. The stranger from the club approached them cautiously, looking apologetic. "I'm sorry. I didn't know he had a girlfriend." Ashton turned her icy glare towards the woman, her voice dripping with venom. "Save it. You're not off the hook either." With a withering look, Ashton stormed away, leaving both Benjamin and the stranger dumbfounded. She hailed a cab and found herself outside Benjamin's luxurious apartment building. Being a headstrong and impulsive person, Ashton decided to go all in. She was furious, hurt, and seeking vengeance. She knew it was irrational, but her emotions clouded all else. She used her spare key to the apartment and stepped inside, determined to make Benjamin pay. To her surprise, another man was sitting in the living room, engrossed in a book. It was Arden Pike, Benjamin's father, a man of great influence and danger, who she knew from her workplace. Ashton froze, panic gripping her heart. Arden glanced up from his book, his piercing blue eyes locking with Ashton's. He could see the turmoil in her face, the mix of anger and despair. "What are you doing here, Ashton?" Arden asked calmly, although a hint of curiosity danced in his tone. Gathering her courage, Ashton took a deep breath. "I know what your son did, Mr. Pike, and I think it's time for him to face the consequences. I want to hurt him like he hurt me." Arden's eyebrow arched slightly, amusement flickering in his eyes. "You want revenge, then?" Ashton's voice trembled slightly as she responded, "Yes, I want to hurt him, ruin him, make him feel the pain he made me feel." Arden closed his book, his expression thoughtful. "Well, Ashton, revenge is a game that two can play. If you're truly committed, we might just have a deal." Ashton felt a mix of curiosity and fear. What had she gotten herself into? But she was too consumed by her desire for revenge to turn back now. And so, beneath the watchful eyes of Arden Pike, Ashton plunged deeper into a world of deceit, betrayal, and dangerous desires. Little did she know that this path would lead her to places she never imagined, testing her limits and changing her forever. Ashton couldn't shake off the image of Benjamin's betrayal from her mind. The anger and hurt continued to fuel her as she explored the twisted path of revenge laid before her by Arden Pike, Benjamin's enigmatic father. Driven by a jealous heart, Ashton agreed to play by Arden's rules and immerse herself in his world. She became entangled in a dangerous game where deceit and manipulation were the tools of choice. Arden, a powerful and influential man with connections that seemed to reach every corner of the city, took Ashton under his wing. He became her mentor, teaching her the art of control and strategy, molding her into a formidable force. Under Arden's guidance, Ashton discovered secrets about Benjamin that she never could have fathomed. Dark truths began to unravel, painting a picture of a man far more dangerous and twisted than she had ever imagined. With each passing day, Ashton's jealousy morphed into a burning desire for justice. She had delved deeper into the seedy underbelly of the city, infiltrating secret societies and unearthing Benjamin's involvement in illicit activities. It became apparent that his betrayal went beyond mere infidelity. He had truly become entwined in a web of darkness. Fueling her fire were encounters with other characters who came into the fold. Among them was Isabella, a cunning and resourceful woman with her own scores to settle. Isabella's sharp wit and willingness to bend the rules intrigued Ashton, and together they formed an unlikely alliance. Ashton and Isabella began working together, pooling their skills and knowledge. Their shared goal to bring Benjamin to his knees and reveal his true nature to the world. They strategically planted seeds of doubt and suspicion, targeting his associates and acquaintances, pulling at the threads of Benjamin's carefully constructed facade. As they dug deeper, Ashton discovered that Benjamin's betrayal had far-reaching consequences. Innocent lives were affected, and behind the scenes, powerful figures seemed to pull the strings, shielding him from the repercussions of his actions. But Ashton was not deterred. Her heart burned with the desire for justice, and the road ahead would be treacherous. She became bolder, taking risks that even she would have deemed unfathomable in the past. The city became her playground, and she reveled in the thrill of the chase. As her journey progressed, Ashton's understanding of the world became hazy. Loyalties wavered, alliances shifted, and lines blurred. It was a dangerous dance, where illusion and reality intertwined. Amidst the labyrinth of shadows, Ashton struggled to maintain her grasp on her own identity. Had revenge consumed her entirely? Could she salvage her soul from the clutches of darkness? These questions lingered, but the desire to expose Benjamin's true nature burned brighter than ever. Ashton's journey to unveil the truth intensified with each passing day, immersing her deeper into the dark world she had willingly stepped into. Under Arden's watchful eye and Isabella's cunning guidance, she felt a newfound sense of purpose and determination. Their investigation took them far beyond the reaches of the city. Eager to expose Benjamin's secrets, they navigated treacherous territories and manipulated dangerous individuals, inching closer to the heart of the conspiracy. Their path led them to the Midnight Rose, a notorious underground club, teeming with intrigue and whispers of forbidden knowledge. Hidden beneath a facade of glamour and hedonism, The club held the answers they sought. Disguised and hidden in plain sight, Ashton and Isabella infiltrated the Midnight Rose, mingling with its twisted denizens in search of the truth. The pulsating music and dimly lit atmosphere set the stage for their next move. Ashton's sharp eyes scanned the crowd, her heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. Among the sea of faces, she caught a glimpse of Benjamin. He appeared effortlessly at home in this sinister domain, his sinister charm drawing people towards him like moths to a flame. Steeling herself, Ashton moved closer, playing the part of a seductive stranger looking for thrills. She engaged him in whispered conversations, planting seeds of doubt and unsettling his composure. It was a high-stakes game of manipulation. With each interaction, Ashton uncovered more fragments of the truth, piecing them together like a jigsaw puzzle. Benjamin's involvement in criminal enterprises, his double life, and the sinister forces protecting him slowly became evident. Isabella, never far from her side, proved to be an invaluable ally. Her razor-sharp intellect and street-smart instincts complemented Ashton's own determination, forging an unbreakable bond. They became a formidable duo, unstoppable in their pursuit of justice. Their investigation took an unexpectedly dangerous turn when they crossed paths with a mysterious figure known only as the Shadow. Rumors swirled about this individual, a master puppeteer who orchestrated the intricate web of deceit. The Shadow's identity remained elusive, adding another layer of complexity to their quest. Guided by their unwavering resolve, Ashton and Isabella journeyed deeper into the belly of the underworld. They confronted hidden truths, encountered perilous twists, and faced life-threatening situations that tested the limits of their courage. As the conspiracy unraveled, Ashton began to understand that their fight against Benjamin was not merely about personal vengeance. His actions were symptomatic of a deeper rot, a cancerous corruption that plagued the very heart of the city they loved. The lines of good and evil blurred as Ashton and Isabella ventured into uncharted territory. They discovered unlikely allies within the ranks of the oppressed, individuals who had fallen victim to Benjamin's schemes or witnessed his malevolence firsthand. Together, they formed a clandestine group dedicated to exposing Benjamin's crimes and liberating the city from its grip. Their existence was shrouded in secrecy and their actions hidden from prying eyes. The battle had just begun, and the stakes were higher than ever. Ashton knew that with each step closer to the truth, the more dangerous the game would become. But she was ready to face it all, for she had become a force to be reckoned with. A force fueled by love, justice, and an unyielding determination to save her city from the clutches of darkness. Ashton found herself caught in a tangled web of deception and danger. The revelations she had uncovered about Benjamin and the corrupt forces at play had sent shockwaves through her world. But rather than shrinking away, she steeled her resolve, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The clandestine group Ashton had joined operated in the shadows, their actions disguised as mere coincidences or unconventional accidents. They were an underground force, working tirelessly to dismantle the web of corruption that ensnared the city. With Isabella by her side, Ashton delved deeper into the interconnected threads of the conspiracy. Together, they sought out key individuals who held crucial pieces of information. whistleblowers, ex-associates of Benjamin, and even former allies turned enemies. Each encounter brought them closer to the truth, unraveling the complex layers that shielded the criminal empire orchestrating Benjamin's reign. Ashton's mind became a maze of connections, trying to piece together the puzzle while juggling the weight of her growing responsibilities. It soon became clear that their fight extended beyond Benjamin himself. His web of influence stretched far and wide, infiltrating various institutions and corrupting those in positions of power. Ashton's battle had transformed into a war against the very foundation of the city she loved. As they navigated their treacherous path, Ashton encountered a shadowy figure by the name of Veronica Blackwell. She was a legendary hacktivist, notorious for her unparalleled skills in uncovering hidden information and exposing damning truths. Veronica's vast knowledge of the city's inner workings made her an indispensable asset to the group. With Veronica's help, Ashton and Isabella began to dig deeper into the financial network that supported Benjamin's criminal activities. They exposed money laundering schemes, embezzlement, and the stratagems used by the corrupt elite to manipulate the system. The trio's relentless pursuit of justice pushed them to the limits of their abilities. They faced constant threats from Benjamin's enforcers, who sought to silence them once and for all. Danger lurked at every turn, but it only fueled their determination, solidifying their resolve to overcome whatever obstacles lay ahead. As weeks turned into months, Ashton and her companions began to uncover a web of secrets so sinister that it threatened to consume them. They discovered secret societies operating in the shadows, pulling the strings of power with impunity. These nefarious organizations had deep-rooted influence in every aspect of society, perpetuating a cycle of corruption that seemed impossible to break. Guided by their shared purpose, Ashton, Isabella, and Veronica orchestrated carefully planned assaults on the pivotal figures entangled in the web. They exposed their misdeeds to the public, peeling away layers of false appearances and corrupt facades with every revelation. But with each victory came new challenges. The enemies they faced were not only powerful, but also cunning, always one step ahead. Ashton could feel the noose tightening around her as the forces aligned against her grew more desperate to protect their crumbling empire. Yet, amidst the chaos, Ashton found sparks of hope. Ordinary citizens, inspired by her courage and determination, joined the fight. They formed a resistance, united by a shared desire for justice and freedom. Together, they stood as a formidable force, ready to bring down the oppressive regime that had poisoned the city. With the resistance at her back, Ashton prepared for the final showdown. The time had come to confront Benjamin face to face and reveal the full extent of his crimes to the world. It would be the ultimate test of her strength, courage, and willingness to sacrifice everything for the cause she believed in. Ashton's heart pounded in her chest as she prepared for the climactic battle that would determine the fate of her city. The time for secrets and hidden agendas was over. It was time to face Benjamin head on, to expose the darkness that tainted their beloved home, and restore it to its former glory. The resistance had rallied and gathered its forces, determined to take down the corrupt regime that had controlled the city for far too long. Ashton stood at the front lines, her courage contagious, motivating the fighters who stood beside her. They were a diverse group, united by a common purpose, to bring justice to a city overshadowed by corruption. Under the cover of night, the resistance launched their attack on Benjamin's stronghold. They had meticulously planned their every move, exploiting weaknesses in the fortress's defenses. Ashton knew that failure was not an option. The lives of countless innocent people depended on their success. Armed with their unwavering resolve and a sense of justice burning in their hearts, they fought their way through the labyrinthine corridors of the fortress. Alongside her comrades, Ashton faced wave after wave of Benjamin's ruthless enforcers. The sounds of battle echoed through the halls, mingling with the fear and determination of those locked in a struggle for the soul of their city. As the resistance pressed deeper into the heart of the fortress, Ashton found herself face to face with Benjamin's henchmen, each one an embodiment of the corruption they fought against. She fought with precision and strength, channeling her anger and frustration into every strike. Her determination to see justice prevail fueled her every move. In the midst of the chaos, Isabella fought alongside Ashton, displaying a remarkable prowess with her dual blades. Together, they formed an unstoppable force, their bond fortified by their shared goal. The trust they had forged during their journey through adversity allowed them to anticipate each other's moves, seamlessly working in harmony. The battle raged on, the clash of weapons and cries of defiance filling the air. Lives were lost, sacrifices made, but the resistance continued their assault, inching closer to their ultimate objective. Finally, Ashton reached the inner sanctum where Benjamin awaited her. The room exuded an air of menace, the walls adorned with images of twisted power and corrupt influence. Ashton stood, her gaze locking with Benjamin's. In that moment, the weight of everything they had fought for hung heavy between them. Words were unnecessary. Their eyes spoke volumes, a silent battle of wills, determination against treachery. Ashton drew strength from the countless innocents who had suffered under Benjamin's rule, and Benjamin reveled in his delusions of grandeur, thinking himself untouchable. The battle that ensued was not only physical, but also mental. Ashton sought to dismantle Benjamin's web of lies and deceit, unraveling his carefully constructed facade. She exposed his crimes to the world, broadcasting the truth he had painstakingly covered up for years. But Benjamin was not one to go down without a fight. He fought with the desperation of a cornered beast, unleashing every ounce of power he had accumulated. The clash between them was fierce, their conflict an embodiment of good versus evil. Ashton's determination never wavered, even as she faced Benjamin's strongest attacks. She drew upon the love and support of her comrades, the cries of the oppressed echoing in her ears. With a final surge of power, she struck a blow that sent Benjamin sprawling to the ground, defeated. The battle came to an end, and silence settled over the room. Ashton stood victorious, but the cost of the conflict weighed heavily upon her heart. The losses suffered and the scars earned were a constant reminder that the fight for justice exacted a toll. In the aftermath, the city began to heal. The corrupt empire that had enslaved its inhabitants crumbled, replaced by a renewed sense of hope and unity. Ashton, now hailed as a hero, dedicated herself to rebuilding what had been broken, ensuring that the city would never again fall into the clutches of corruption. But as the dust settled, whispers of new challenges reached Ashton's ears. Dark forces were gathering, threatening to grip the city once again. The journey was far from over, and she knew that she would need every ounce of strength and courage to face the trials to come. The sky stretched above Ashton with vibrant hues of pink and orange, painting a breathtaking panorama as the sun began its ascent. The city she had fought so valiantly to protect stood before her, transformed from a hub of corruption and despair into a symbol of resilience and hope. The battle was won, and the tale of redemption etched in the hearts of its people. Through her unwavering determination and the support of her comrades, Ashton had dismantled the dark empire of Benjamin and exposed the truth to the world. Justice had been served, and the corrupt officials responsible for the city's decline were held accountable for their crimes. The city's healing had begun. Over time, the scars of the past gradually faded as the citizens came together to rebuild and forge a new future. Ashton played a pivotal role in leading the charge, channeling her immense strength and passion into fostering unity and implementing necessary changes. Her unwavering dedication touched the lives of many as she offered guidance to those who had lost their way and ensured that the countless innocent victims received the support they needed. The secondary characters, once shadows in the story, now emerged as pillars of strength and resilience. Each had a remarkable journey of personal growth and redemption, mirroring the city's own transformation. Isabella had become a symbol of hope for those who had been oppressed, leading programs and initiatives to empower the voiceless. Jake, once a disillusioned soul, found solace in volunteering and used his skills to help rebuild the physical remnants of the battle-scarred city. And Melissa, a survivor of the corrupt regime, dedicated herself to advocating for justice and raising awareness about the insidious forces that could grip a society. Together, they forged a city that not only thrived on progress, but also emphasized the importance of preserving its rich cultural heritage. Art and education flourished, assisting in the healing process and unifying the diverse community that called the city home. The rebuilding efforts showcased the resilience of its people, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a united front. Through all the triumphs and trials, Ashton held on to her values and family, drawing inspiration from their unwavering love and support. The bond between them grew stronger, serving as a reminder of the importance of preserving the things that truly mattered in life. As years passed, the city's wounds continued to mend, evidence of the courage and resilience of its people. The lessons learned from their tumultuous past served as a guiding light, ensuring that history would not repeat itself. The darkness that had once shrouded the city became a distant memory, reduced to cautionary tales, and thus the story of redemption and the victory of light over darkness reached its satisfying conclusion. The city, once mired in corruption, now stood as a beacon of hope for all. Ashton's journey, from a writer aspiring to make a difference to a catalyst for change, resonated in the hearts of many. She became a symbol of courage, reminding all that it only takes one person, fueled by passion and conviction, to inspire a movement and bring about lasting change. The tale of Ashton and her comrades became a legend, passed down through the generations, a story of the indomitable human spirit refusing to yield to the forces of injustice. It stood as a testament to the power of belief, the triumph of unity, and the strength of character. And so, as the sun finally rose over the city's revitalized skyline, casting its warm light on the rejuvenated streets, Ashton knew that the fight for justice was an ongoing battle. But with the scars of the past serving as a constant reminder of the cost of complacency, she remained steadfast in her commitment to protecting the city and its people. For in the end, redemption was not just a goal to be achieved, but a constant journey to be embraced. And with each sunrise, the city embraced the dawn of a new era, a future filled with boundless possibilities and a resolute determination to never let darkness prevail again.